we'll start with the comeback then. Big response with half an hour to go because, 2-0 down. You were staring at that defeat, but that was a big response from the players.
Yeah, but we expected nothing different. Listen, me and Mark, we were in there after. I thought we'd win the game. I expected us to win the game. There wasn't too much difference between the first half and second half. We made obviously an error with the first goal. The second goal should be dealt with. We defended and attacked in exactly the same way. First half, second half. Second half just had much more aggression. So when they had probably had better opportunities second half because they were more of a threat on the counter rather than just one ball. But what we did, we dealt with the long ball better second half. Were much more aggressive. Centre backs were more headers. Didn't allow the ball in behind them as much. And when we were attacking, we locked out better. First half, as soon as we'd gone 2-0 down, we took too many risks, and every time we attacked and it broke down, we allowed them a pass out, which set them up. Second half, we locked out better, so it meant that we could build a bit more momentum and keep the ball in their half more. So, yeah, that was the difference.
It felt. I know you just said there that you didn't feel much. It felt like the game came alive once.
Yeah. So we speak about this all the time, don't we? Tactics, football, stats. People get bogged down with it. Emotion, feeling, intensity. That's what wins games. That's what wins matches. And that was the difference second half.
Well, it felt like the team came alive around about that time when Sharp was getting really involved and the crowd was up, and that was the first time the crowd had got up, and it was the first time we'd sort of seen that little bit of fighting spirit. And did that help? Yeah.
Listen, it did. It did. But you go behind, it flattens the whole crowd down. We lose another goal, which is poor, regardless how much we're on the front foot. The press is still the same. There's still people making blocks, tackles. We're 2-0 down. It's different. So what changed? There was nothing physical. There was no physicality. There was no controversy first half. So it does. All these little things matter, don't they? Matter. But there's certainly more intense second half. We made sure we demanded that. The centre backs dealt with the first ball forward a lot more second half. And it's intensity. It's mood. You hear me speak about emotion a lot before the game, half time. That's my last sort of impact, if you like, and then after that you're sort of helpless except for the subs.
You said in the build up to this game that you might have to beat Norwich today by making no errors, but unfortunately there's an error. Listen,
we've made and we've made them, and we're in that little role where when we're making them, Coventry we made even less errors and we lose. We're in that little role now, and that's why I think you know well enough to say if things were wrong and if I panic, I think you'd be able to get a gauge off me. So that doesn't worry me. We're getting punished for these errors, so we have to try and make none. And if and when, I think the players understand this, if and when everyone's back and fit and we're strong and we've got all these 2 players for every position, you can start picking the team based on errors. Of course you can. But at the minute we haven't got that. But I see the game and I see how we want to play. And like I said, the difference between now, the last 6 games where we've not won one, and the 6 games before that, there's not too much difference other than we've been scoring goals and not conceding when we've made a mistake.
So you do seem to be sort of shooting yourselves in the foot at the minute, which is not like this team, because defensively you're tiny, nearly 12 months now being built on clean sheets and solidity. I know it's easy to say, there's nothing much you can probably do about that.
No, there is. We work. Of course there is. There's always something you can do on it.
Like what?
Yeah, work and push and keep pressing. And like I said, if we have to make no mistakes to win a game, well then that's got to be his aim. But we spoke after the last game. We made far more mistakes against Preston in particular first half. Hull, yeah, definitely Hull. And we didn't concede a goal, but we scored at the other end, and they're the fine margins. That's how close it is in this league. Like I said, the one game in this last 6 which was different was the Stoke game. And we know why. I accept that, and and that was nowhere near the level of performance that we want to put in. Apart from that, the margins have been very fine, and performance levels haven't been much different. We haven't got the first goal, and then it's a totally different story.
I guess when you say you're not worried, if it was, you were getting ripped apart or players were playing well and you saw it, then that's sort of on you to try and do something about that. But with individual errors, especially the quality of these players.
Listen, but definitely, but also individual errors like so second half, like I said, I felt Norwich were more dangerous on the counter, but I have to accept that we're an aggressive team. We want to play in the front foot, and we may give opportunities and chances or ground away. But that's my doing. You know what I mean? That is me. That's my direction, and I accept we're going to be that team. But I want to make sure that every game we play is a good game, and we're trying to win it.
Giant Doyle changes, was that fatigue and resting fatigue?
What, leaving out? Yeah, we just wanted to we could make as many as we could. Obviously we had young Gilly on the bench as well, a new name for a lot of you. Apart from that, we've obviously got the 15 outfield players who everyone knows. I just felt that obviously Ollie and Illy playing the 90 the other night. Tommy's been playing a lot of minutes. Macca played a lot the other day, so we always had that change in mind. And we wanted to get Flecky back playing minutes now to keep him going the right way. And you're never going to be weaker if we start Flecky. So yeah, there was sort of a lot of thought went into those, the starting team, if you like, and the potential changes.
Another tough afternoon for McAtee, but is that all part of the learning curve and how he's got to deal and react?
All part of the learning. I think you certainly see moments with him where you're seeing what talent he's got and what he's about. You see the difference with him and Tommy, for example. Tommy's had 2 first team loans, one in Germany which weren't great, one in this league last year, which was much better for him. And Tommy's aware of this as well. The league and how it's refereed and what they're letting go and how frantic it is far more frantic and physical this season than last again. So the difference between the Premier League, the difference between what Mac has been playing in predominantly top European youth football and youth Premier League football, he couldn't be further away from that. So every time he experiences it, all the minutes he gets, is going to be better for him.
He seems to be a little bit frustrated with how easy Norwich players were going down.
That's not for me, though. That's for the referee to do, isn't it?
Given the run of late, does that fight back give the players that sort of boost that sets them up now to go and use as a... I know we're talking about not much different, but did look a period where...
I think what it does, I think what it does, it's that reminder. What's the difference between the first half and the second half? I'm saying not much in terms of structure, but feeling, intent, bravery. That's the difference. Like I said, I've sat here before lots of times. I'll accept losing on my terms. I'll accept losing on, the team performs I want them to play under my instruction. That's my fault. That's what the job is. I think it's probably a little reminder of that.
Any complaints about the penalty? The first one must be a foul outside the area and red played on.
Yeah, it's not a penalty. He's won the ball, hasn't he? You can see it blatantly. He's won the ball.
What, he did?
Yeah, he touched the ball. I could see it from where I was stood.
Adam Davis, pleased that he redeemed himself towards the end.
Yes, I'm pleased for him with that. Yes, I'm pleased for him with that, which is good for him. So you can say he's come out of the game even.
And last one, I know it's a sad one to end on, but we have an update on R&D.
No, not yet. Well, I'll give you one. I'll try, but I don't want to say. I know what we've got so far, but we're going to speak to a lot more people.
Thanks a lot.
Any more Sundays? Can I just ask what you made of Norwich this afternoon?
Yeah, good. Take it to Norwich report here.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to slaughter them then. No, listen, I said to the players, so I know Dean well and his staff, our job is to try and finish above Norwich. That's what we want to do because we think they're a good footballing team. I think in this league they've got the players who eat suited. The good footballers, they want the ball, a team who wants the ball. In the Premier League that's a lot harder if you've got more time without the ball and your teams and players are geared up to have a lot of the ball. So I think it really suits them. this league, and I'd expect them to be up there, like I said. So that's why we approach it in the same way. I would have loved to have won, as we do every game, but I have to accept that we played against a good team.